Hey everybody, this is Ericthemasterblaster. You get to see why Leaves of Relief and how Leaves of Relief does what they do today. Hold on, it takes a second. If anybody's ever made butter or anything for brownies, it's a similar process. Proper planning prevents poor performance. So there we go. You're looking at Leaves of Relief, beginning of the lotion. This is our company. This is what we do. Ericthemasterblaster wants to start explaining it more. This is a very, very healing lotion. At the end of this video, this is Doobies and Don'ts of the Day. I'm going to explain more what this does and the other products that we make, such as candy and tinctures. So for Doobies and Don'ts of the Day, we have Ericthemasterblaster totally screwed up. Again though, if you don't have this paperwork, if you're in an illegal state, wait till you have it, until you're legally allowed to medicate yourself and to help yourself. Alright, after germination, and I've done a video on germination, you grow and you go into seedlings, and I spoke about having, a little greenhouse thing. Well, diligence. And again, proper planning prevents poor performance. I got so busy that I didn't keep track of what I was doing. I had removed the lid to add water to my little greenhouse, and I didn't put it back on. So, let's see what happened. This is a doobie don't. If you're not diligent, plus the extra heat, you see the green tinting on my rock wool. I had a few that survived my hardiest strain, which is actually my strain. We call it Clazy. My wife named it. It comes from Crop Kings and a strain of mine. So, the doobie don't is watch what you're doing. If you're going to create a medical product, you have to pay attention to what you're doing. And even with all of my knowledge and all of my skill, you see what can happen if you don't pay attention. There's other things that I want to go into, and now that I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable doing these videos, I want to go back and cover a lot of other things. I want to just tell you what I'm going to start covering in the next videos. We're going to go all the way back to the beginning. We're going to go through germination. We're going to go into putting into soil. We're going to go into going into deep water culture. We're going to go into the little things that you have to do, like cleaning your air stones when you're in deep water culture. We're going to go into how to create the products that I do with all of your leftover stuff. Because the amazing thing about being a master blaster is that I get to grow my cannabis, which I'm also going to help teach you, and then I get to do an extraction, and I get to make my medication, and then I get to create a medication that will help other people. And I want to go back to this. My lotion was created by accident. I have 4 shattered vertebrae from a life of jumping out of airplanes, and my brother has very bad plaque psoriasis all over his body. So I started trying to create something to help him, and I was hurting, and I wanted to come off of opiates. I wanted to quit being a zombie, so I created this by accident. I am getting reports, it's in 3 countries now, and I'm getting responses that just blow my mind. I have women that have emailed me and said when they have extremely bad PMS cramps, they put it on their lower abdomen and it relieves their cramps. I've had people with sore throats call me and tell me that they put it on their throat and it relieved their sore throat. The one that I'm most amazed about is people that have migraines and severe headaches that have called me and told me by rubbing it into their temples and their forehead that it relieves their headache. And I can actually attest to that because my wife does that for me. And it just goes on and on and on. I'm going to post some pictures of this gentleman that I randomly ran into that had cracked, bleeding psoriasis from his hip to his ankle. And I just gave him a jar and asked him to use it. And a week later, in a week, it just looked like his skin was pink, like he'd had a bad sunburn. So I'm not just trying to pump up my company. It's not just that. It's that invest, explore the possibilities of cannabis, of CBDs, of CBNs like I have, you know, and medicate yourself. And I'm sorry, it's hard for me still. I'll also teach you guys how to make candy, edibles. I have a very hard time sleeping, and I make this candy, and it's not like smoking cannabis. It allows me to rest. I get 6-7 hours sleep. I also had a very bad time. I was diagnosed with cyclic vomiting syndrome, and I could not eat. So I made a tincture, which is simply cannabis turned into a high potent liquid, and you just put a drop under your tongue. I call it appetite drops, and it allowed me to eat. So we're going to continue on with everything I just spoke about coming up. If there is anything anybody wants to know about, I will share any information that I have. If anybody that has more information than me and is looking at what I do, please share it with me, you know, correct me. So, Ericthemasterblaster out.